Oh, you're back with us. I hope you see us now. There was a kind of, I don't know, disconnection. Yes, in the future, any message I want to get across, I'm going to say, oh, no matter. Um, well, live streams, we really would not, without live stream, we really would not see the reality. Yeah, this is something I wanted to refer to. You know, it's not only about the policy of one channel or another. We just saw, you know, from being here, how the traditional media is working and how the new media is working. And you know, I've been part of the new media, but I'm not trying to say good things about my work or my friends' works, but really to define the differences, really, just to define them, you know, even objectively, okay? Because what we've seen is that, for example, let's take the, you know, a few days ago there was the eviction of Taksim Square before they took over the park. So in Taksim Square, you know, we saw where the journalists and the photographers were. They were always running with the police, standing with the police, taking pictures of the police, and if they took pictures of demonstrators, that was, you know, the demonstrators stood the other side. I mean, they were standing with the police and taking the pictures of the other side. And usually they, I mean, you know, take me for example, or take some other friends for example, you know, no matter what, even not streamers, people that took, you know, independent photographers for example, or independent bloggers or writers, they were, you know, spending lots of time in camp. And usually the you know, the BBC, the CNN, the Reuters, others, they had nice rooms in a hotel. You know, they had they once or twice a day they went down to the square to see what's going on, and then, you know, take a look, and then they go back to the room. But they didn't really spend many hours to speak with people, to understand their ideas, to go deep into this, you know, and to try to understand it, and to bring their voice. And when, you know, in events like evictions or taking over a camp or things like that, you know, we were with the people and they were with the police, or they were just looking from behind. Or, you know, I just saw yesterday the BBC, it was really ridiculous, you know, that was maybe the third or the fourth issue, a subject they were talking about, after Iran and after another, I don't remember what else. But and then it seems that what was important for the reporter was that he had a real nice gas mask, a mask that, I don't know, you know, usually with these professional masks, you cannot talk with, I mean, when you talk, nobody hears you. And I think his was really good because he had a microphone inside, and then, you know, he completed one sentence with the mask, and he looked really, you know, in Hebrew we say kravi, someone that, you know, is in the war now, in a war zone now, and it's very impressive. Wow, I'm talking to you with an open window, and I really feel a heavy smell of gas. I mean, it's from far. It doesn't affect me, but I do feel it. So this is the way they work, really, and this is the way they cover, and it just amazes me. I mean, you know, when I'm here, I can see the difference between deep and shallow. But what about those stories that we don't have any other sources, and then we just take it from them, and the way they decide to tell us the story is the way we get the story. Okay. Okay. So let's see, what else did you write us? Yeah, for people, somebody's writing us that for people who share info, you can post links easily here. Also, it is more secure. Not sure about all the reasoning behind setting up the separate chat room. I just caught that tail end of the conversation on that, but I thought I would share with you in case you're interested. Okay, what else? Okay, any questions, guys? Anything that you want to know? let's see. Let's watch some TV, and I think they're showing us right now. Well, I'm not sure because I know that. Oh yeah, I think it's the. I think they're showing Ankara now. If I'm wrong, please correct me. So until your questions will come or your comments will come, I will maybe say a few words. You know, I told you that a few minutes ago somebody asked me or somebody told me that in my voice they hear me sad and tired, and I agree with that. I mean, I'm not trying to, speak about myself that much, but um, yeah, I mean, I am. I've been here for almost 2 weeks, and these 2 days have been really difficult for me. It's not only these 2 days, because I think that during, the whole period here, I was really overwhelmed from what I saw, the positive things and also the way, that the government, the regime is treating its citizens, but mostly from, the generosity, the inspiration, the good things that I saw in camp. They surprised me every day. And I was so, I enjoyed almost every moment there, and I really felt lucky to be there. And and it's really sad and difficult for me to see, what those people have been, what they passed through. Although I know it's just the beginning, and for me they're really heroes, and I know the last word is far from being said, and it's just the beginning, and they're gonna do good things, even without being in Gezi Park, because this is something very deep and very, they're committed to that, and in many days, in really, in real hard hours, of attacks, of gas, of threats. They could have just packed their stuff and go back home, and they didn't. And what is so amazing about it is that 70% of these people, for them, it's their first involvement, political involvement. They were never in a demonstration in their life, and they didn't come, with a party in their head. Like, it's very new, and it's quite amazing because I'm coming from a country. I mean, our movement of revolution is already 2 years old, and I think that many of my friends wouldn't stay and risk themselves the way those Turkish brothers and sisters did, and I admire them each and every day, and they really got strong and deep into my heart, and that's what makes it so difficult for me today and yesterday, and also professionally. I mean, I was doing my job, I think, very committed, and I felt that I did it. Yeah, I did it good, I guess, until 2 days ago, and then yesterday, evening when this had started, I just couldn't do that. First, because I just lost all my defense equipment because I left it in camp, and I felt really insecure. But also after that, I just felt that with all this situation, I cannot really do it, um, and it really pissed me off, really. And also, I know that I'm leaving tomorrow, and because of the situation, I might not see most of my friends to even say goodbye, and it's really difficult. So it comes together, all of that. Well, let's see what you're writing. Okay, somebody's asking that we'll put some sounds so you'll hear. Yeah, I'll do that. Just a second. I'm just going through the chat to see if there are things that... Okay. Okay. That is exactly what the new idea is all about. I guess somebody is writing about the new media. The new media, yeah. Well, somebody's sharing something about Ankara, and somebody asked me to put on the sound, and we'll do that. And somebody's writing, Avi, the bad stuff had been heartbreaking to watch and to hear about, but the positive stuff has been moving and motivating. Yeah, I agree with you, definitely. Never have I seen such solidarity and dignity among people. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I'm leaving tomorrow evening, and it's difficult to leave because it was so intense, and I felt that it was so wonderful being here, and I just felt that I'm here for a long time, and it's really difficult to leave tomorrow. Although I must leave, because I have things that I'm doing home, and they're as important as here, and I need to do it. I run things in Israel that I really want to go back to, but it's difficult. Let's turn on the volume, and you can help us a little bit. But this is now okay. Yeah. Um, Somebody's writing that German TV is reporting very pro-people and anti-Erdogan, forgetting Stuttgart and Frankfurt, but interesting maybe because many Turks live here and make, well, yeah, it was cut in the middle. So what do we see here? If somebody wants to tell us, I know it says that it's in Kennedy Street, but I don't know if it's in Ankara or in Istanbul. I know that there is a Kennedy Street in Ankara.
Evet sevgili seyirciler, yine ilginç görüntüler şu anda ekranlarımızda. Sırtında Türk bayrağı olan kurbanlı bir kadın polisin müdahalesine maruz kalıyor, yumruklanıyor polis tarafından.
Well, somebody's translating that Kulu Park in Ankara this evening, traffic blocked and people supporting in their cars.
Evet, Başbakan Erdoğan'ın kurbanlı kadınların
Thanks for helping.
yönelik sözleri var.
Audax 35.
Ancak ispatlanamamıştı, Başbakan Erdoğan'ın ispatlayamamıştı. İşte bu görüntülerle sanıyoruz.
Somebody's writing me in Hebrew that we know it's addicting to be here, but we're really worried and we want you back. I can answer two answers. First, I didn't feel, I didn't feel insecure here, and I understand and I respect your worrying, but I felt that I'm taking care of myself and I felt safe here, because if I wasn't, I guess I wouldn't stay. This is the first answer. And the second one, I'm not sure, maybe, I wouldn't deny totally that, I talking about addiction, but I don't put the emphasis on addiction. I don't think I'm addicted here. I think I'm really overwhelmed by, I don't know, real amazing brotherhood and generosity and good things that I've seen here every day. I think that almost every day here, it brought me at least once or twice into tears. Just, the most little things. I can remind you, for example, if you remember the second concert that night that I was streaming for 10 hours with David playing in the piano, and then in 8 o'clock in the morning, or approximately, it started raining, at least at the beginning, slightly, and then there was one girl coming with an umbrella and just standing there next to David and protecting him, and then somebody else came with a little plastic bag to protect her so she will not get and with not big words, with just very gentle, but they were there. And then it became a real heavy rain, so without saying anything, people were just showed up there with more plastic bags, and they created like a roof at the top of him, and they used one helmet to collect some drops of water that escaped in. And it was so, I mean, now that I'm talking about it, it probably sounds like I'm making big deal out of it, but if you would have watched the streaming from there was something so gentle and so humble and so, I don't know, there was love there, and I I got it, I absorbed it really deep, and every day I can tell you about one day. I think it was either yesterday or the day before that I was in camp, and somebody, yeah, it was yesterday morning.